Hello there, this is Rapture and welcome to the second episode of the renewed series. And in today's video, we'll be talking about how to accept your flaws and stay in love with yourself. I'll be starting with a true story. This happened many years ago, and for this person in the story, I'll be using a different name to tell his story. So many years ago, I used to know of a boy named Clinton. Clinton was cross-eyed, and for obvious reasons, it was not within his control. He was constantly taunted for being a cross-eyed child. And to further worsen it, he called him several names. On one fateful day, a certain younger girl came over to where we were with other people. And the first thing that this girl said to Clinton, who is even older than her, who is her senior, was, "You smell like leaf." It looks like, oh really? A girl telling you smell like leaf? And in teenage age like that, it was a big deal how your friends or the peer felt or perceived you to be. And he already had a challenge, which was being cross-eyed, and now someone is saying he smells like leaf. And unfortunately, the girls, or some of the girls who had it that day, started to use that against Clinton. So when they're having misunderstanding with Clinton and other people are there, they'll say things like, "You know what? I'm gonna tell them what that girl said." So because Clinton didn't want to know this little secret, he didn't want to be taunted further, he would stop fighting with whoever, stop arguing with whoever, and he was always giving them the power. As soon as he's winning the fight, winning the argument, here comes one of those girls. "I'm gonna tell them what that girl said." Then Clinton will decides, okay, is it worth this, continue this fight, or letting people making fun of you and all that? And Clinton would always give up. But they kept on using that against Clinton constantly. And then one day, something changed. They had the same argument with Clinton. And they were going to say, they said that same thing. "I'm going to tell them what that girl said." For the first time ever, Clinton looked at them in the face, in front of those same people that he was always afraid of this secret being let out. Then you are trying to say, is it not that so person said, "I smell like leaf"? Was so audacious. It's never happened. Everyone turned. The girls were all struck. He said this thing. This little secret that he didn't want to accept, or he didn't want to be identified with, that someone said of him. And he just said that for that moment he owned that floor. Everyone was silent. No one could taunt Clinton further or make jest of him. So people couldn't believe that he would say that. Even though people he was trying to protect his self-image from didn't even laugh. They were just all struck that Clinton was audacious and bold about something for the first time like that. And that was the end of that emotional blackmailing. No one tried it anymore. If you do not accept your flaws, others would use it against you because they know that it is your pain. They know that it's something you don't like, and so they will keep saying it and using you like a puppet to satisfy their selfish motives and mischief. Take a look at yourself. From head to toe, are you comfortable in your body? If not, why not? Do you have beautiful hands, nice nails, beautiful skin tone, nice smile, lovely eyes? Look at your nose, look at your mouth. Do you like your dentition? You think that your handwriting is the best. What do you think about your handwriting? How do you walk? Then look at the things that you know are very beautiful about your body. For example, you can tell yourself, "I have a very lovely smile." I have a nice handwriting. Like, start admitting some of these things. Just think. I have a nice smile. I have a lovely handwriting. I walk with grace. Like, my walking step is so elegant. I have a great sense of fashion. I can endure. I'm visionary. Just start asking yourself, what are these things? Maybe I have nice toenails, nice legs, nice fingernails. You know, you could even sample a ring because of how beautiful your fingers are. And for your toes, you could even model a footwear brand because of how beautiful your feet are. So think about this. What are those beautiful things? Your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your lips, your facial structure, your ears, your hair. Just so many things to like about you. And then look at other things that you need to admit, but you have it. Maybe anger issues. I got you. Or maybe you have low self-esteem. Maybe you have a very bad handwriting, like I do. Sorry. I do. You have it bad. But the other, you're very afraid. You're so insecure. You're always paranoid. You're impatient. You are not consistent. You don't finish what you start. You're not a good starter, and so many things. So when it comes with things like flaws, you have to recognize that people see it in two different ways. For some people, flaws like this make them have limiting beliefs that they are their flaws. Like, that is all that they are. Like, I'm not beautiful. Like, I don't have a good sense of humor. So I might not even be lovely to be around. I can't endure. Maybe that's why friends leave me. I can't endure. I don't smile. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do that. And then you withdraw, you isolate, and you're like, nobody's gonna like me. I don't have this aura of charisma and all that. And so you isolate yourself. You feel very bad for yourself. Then when someone mentions, you're so impatient, it pains you, it hits you inside. Oh, did they just say this? It crushes you because all through you hated to believe this, but people have been saying this is who you are, and you know you have those character flaws, you have those personality traits. They say you don't have straight legs, like your legs are bold, they are key legs, and or maybe you have this scar on your arms, on your hand, probably because of you survived an accident, you survived a fire accident, a car crash. You're a victor in that area. But because of those kind of things that you can't even control, because of this kind of experience that have left you with a scar that you call a flaw now, you feel very bad about yourself. On the other hand, there are people, they've already used the flaws as ammunition. So if you try anything or try to put it on, then they shoot you with it. They'll say things like, leave me like that. That's how I am. They say things like, I don't take nonsense. Like, as soon as you come up to make them feel any less, they shoot you with those flaws. With their mouths, they tell you, I'm being plain, I'm being blunt. I don't hide my mouth. I don't do this one. You know? And sometimes those people are people who are aware that they have this personality trait, they have this character flaws, for example, but they, instead of them to accept it and be gracious to improve on that, they are now too arrogant about it and say you don't want to find yourself in either of these extremes, like too depressed and dejected or arrogant about your flaws. So the goal is to find a balance in between it, and that's what this video is going to help you. You need to come to this acceptance that some flaws are within your control, while some flaws are not within your control. So the goal is to focus on what's within your control and let your strength, the beautiful things about you, shine on the ones not within your control. So focusing on the one within your control, say character flaws, say you're overweight, something like being overweight. It's something that is within your control to a great extent. So you can start making simple changes like exercising, fasting, sleeping well, drinking enough water, eating whole foods. But something like your body type, whether you're ectomorph, mesomorph, or endomorph, or even your body shape, might not be within your control. What do you do in that? Maybe there's some other figure you'd have loved to have. What do you do in that? Things like bodybuilding can kind of shape you to that. So that's something you might control a bit. That's your strength of endurance that you can shine on building your body to where you want it to be. But then on the other hand, you can also invest on your skin, invest on your overall well-being from head to toe, such that they can complement the figure and still make you the best version of that figure. Because I think that figure is the best for you. And so you might not be hourglassy, but then you have a very slim, you have a very lovely skin, your hair is well taken care of, you exude so much class and beauty. Focus will no longer be on that maybe in your words you are straight, maybe you are not curvaceous, but the focus will not be like, oh, she's so beautiful. Beauty is not going to be an overall statement, but if you keep focusing on just one thing out of everything that makes the beauty, you will not feel enough. And so use your strength to shine on the flaws. Use what you can control to improve the flaws, and that way you would accept yourself and you'll be in love with yourself. But just like Clinton, you have to accept that there's some flaws that you can control and flaws you can't control. In the case of Clinton's flaw that he couldn't control at that moment was that he was cross-eyed, right? So that's a natural flaw. That's a cross-eyed, but a flaw that he can control was his body odor, right? Which growing up later into adulthood, Clinton no longer smells like leaf, no longer smells like that. So if Clinton focused on his whole personality and existence and self-worth just because of one little girl statement, then what about the other beautiful thing about Clinton? He was intelligent, he was a genius. He would have just been in the trash. And that's what some of you are doing. And so in this video, I've taught you to focus on what you can control, the flaws that you can control, and improve on them, work on them. But don't do it under pressure. Maybe because people have been saying this thing, and this is, you know this thing, and then you're under pressure, I must lose so weight in 10 days, and set unrealistic goals for yourself, such that when the time or deadline or deadline that you give yourself reaches and you do not achieve the goal, you will feel worse. That is not good. I want you to be gracious to yourself, kind and gentle. Know that this is a process. Enjoy the moment. Yes, because you're most likely not gonna come back to this again. You're most likely going to be better than this in a couple of months. So at that moment, monitor the progress. Enjoy it, because you may never be that again, because you are a work in progress, right? You're trying to improve yourself. So be gracious, even if it takes time. It took a while for you to get to that level. Some people trying to, crash diet and lose weight too fast, they forget that they didn't actually get to that weight in one day. So why trying to lose it in a shorter amount of time? But it's not realistic, and even if it works, it's not sustainable. And so that's the same thing goes to all of that flaws that you're trying to work on. Give it time, okay? And the ones that you can do anything, shine the strength on them. Take what you can do very well. Take what is good about you and shine it on them. like I already told you about the body type and all that. Maybe you don't like the shape of your legs, but you have a very lovely toes. You can invest in good pedicure, and whenever you wear sandals, shoes, people would love your foot. You could walk with so much grace because you love your foot. And the thing is, the focus will not just only be on the leg or the shape of your leg. It will go to the foot, it will go to the feet, it will go to every other thing you take care of. And unconsciously, you start telling people what to focus on you. Yeah, it's like if you invest in your hair and your hair is so beautiful, people are looking at just your hair. What do you have about that first? If you invest in your skin and it's beautiful, people are looking at your skin. If you invest in your body and you build up, people look at your body. But maybe you don't have great skin tone, but then body beauty, that's what people. So notice that you are the one actually supposed to tell us where to focus on, where to look at on you, and what to attach you with, what to brand you as. Because if you don't tell us anything to pick you with or associate you with, we'll call you anything that we see by default. And most times, people don't say good things about people. You have to start choosing the narratives that you want to be told of. Don't leave the book open for other people to say this is who you are. All right? And so embracing these flaws, understanding that there's some you can't do anything about, be gracious with them. It's something you can't do about, help you to stay in love with yourself, knowing that you are the unique version of yourself, that there's no two types of you. You are a limited edition of yourself. There is no standard of beauty, or you must be this foot tall or that foot. You are the standard. You are God's standard. God looked at you and was like, what? If it's nothing you can control, accept it as part of the uniqueness of your being. If it's something you can control, be gracious, kind to yourself. Sometimes we're so hard on ourselves. It is because of the wrong motives and unrealistic expectations. And then when we don't fulfill them, we feel disappointed. And say, yeah, I don't deserve that. I know this. I don't deserve love. You deserve that kindness. You should be that good to yourself. I hope that there's someone today who start accepting their flaws, saying it in these two different ways, and looking at the beautiful things about them to improve on, and let it help things that they can't control about them. And then what is a bad thing about them that they can control? They would work in it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Kindly like it, subscribe to this channel, and share this video with your friends and loved ones. In the description of this video, there's a link to the Telegram channel. Only do want to join my channel. There you will get resources from me to you, including access to a monthly webinar with me. See you in the next video.